Greetings, family. Empress D. Hi, family. I just thought I'd check in with you guys today. Now, I listened to, and I've mentioned her before, her name is Flur Burn. And she is somebody that's on YouTube, somebody that I started, I subscribed to, I think back in 2020 or 2021. And she's a very interesting woman. Oh, sorry about my deodorant, family. It's very showing. But this is real life. She had a live today that I cannot get out of my mind. She mentioned, I have to wipe this, how the last time we had a stadium memorial was in 2020. It was Kobe Bryant's stadium memorial. And when she was talking about this, it hasn't left my mind since I watched that live a few hours ago. She mentioned that shortly after his death, he died. I Googled it all. After the live, I'm just been obsessed with what she said. And of course, this is only a small part of the live, but this is what, and I have goosebumps right now. I'm gonna show you, family. I don't know if you can see them. Just talking about it. He died, I think it was January 26th. Like, don't quote me on it, either 26 or 29. I just Googled it, but it didn't stick in my mind, of 2020. And his memorial was on February 24th of 2020. We all know what happened in March of 2020. It was actually March 11th. I knew that off the top of my head, but I Googled it just to be sure. But the pandemic was declared on March 11th of 2020. When there is an event like a stadium memorial, it's a stadium is obviously a facility that can house so many people. And so those are not everyday occurrences, right? They're pretty rare. And again, I Googled when was the last stadium memorial, and it was 5 years ago, 5.5 years ago, 5.75 years ago, family. And the most recent one we had, of course, was on the 21st of September of 2025. And of course, it was Charlie Kirk. Now, I remember when I did my first video about Charlie Kirk after he passed, I spoke about how when I heard of the news, I had never heard of him before, but when I heard of the news, I'm sorry, I keep looking at the sun. I'm watching the sunset beyond those trees over there. It's just so gorgeous, and it's so amazing how the sun just, anyway, sorry to be distracted, family. But I told you when he passed, I had no idea who this guy was. But I felt really melancholy and sad. You know, it didn't last that long, but at the moment of hearing it, I was just kind of taken aback because, you know, they're reporting that he was 31 years old and he had 2 small children, I think one age 1 and one age 3, and a wife. And I'm just thinking, wow, you know, and I don't know this person, but I felt melancholy. And I bring this up to say that it's energy, family. Everything is energy, frequency, and vibration. And so imagine me, I don't know this person and I'm feeling melancholy. Imagine all of the millions of people that also were feeling melancholy too, that didn't know him very well. And what about the ones that really did, and how melancholy or how horrible they felt, right? That's a whole, when you think about it on a planetary level, that's a lot of sad and melancholy or negative or lower vibrational energy, family. It's not an insignificant thing. I'm gonna come off of this grass because these ants are no joke. Now, and I don't have long socks on. Now, hear this. Energy harvesting is real, family. Those that are in charge of this construct on this planet clearly love suffering of human beings. They clearly do. And it's not a coincidence and an accident when these things occur because they end up harvesting a whole bunch of sadness or lower vibrational energy, lower frequency energy, family. It's just a fact. It's not something that I'm making up. Now, when I was listening to this wonderful woman's live today, and she was talking about how shortly after Kobe's death is when we went into the pandemic, and she was wondering if the same thing is going to happen after this latest stadium memorial that took place just a few weeks ago, family. I'm coming to you today. This is October the 9th of 2025. Now, are we in for something else similar to COVID? Listen, I've been feeling it for actually years, family. It's not just recently. I've been feeling since maybe 2021, 2022 that something else is coming. Are we on the precipice of it, family? Could the Charlie Kirk operation situation, whatever happened there, be the precursor to our next global event? Only time will tell, right, family? Only time will tell. Listen, y'all, the advice I have for anybody that's listening to this message is keep your vibration high. I've spoken about it in previous videos. Stay in the emotions that keep your vibration high. Those emotions are joy, gratitude, peacefulness, those kind of things. And stay out of the fear, guilt, anger emotions, because they lower your vibration. I really think that this is a time where we're going to have to focus on this intentionally and deliberately, family. Something is coming. And listen, I know that we all have these abilities to kind of foresee things, okay? And I asked for this. I asked for this in December of 2019. I asked to be able to really tap in and tune into the advice of our Creator. And ask and you shall receive, family. I didn't ask without intentionally doing actions. Obviously, when you ask for something, you have to take the actions to have it manifest. And that's what I've done. And I'm not trying to toot my own horn, family, but what kind of big old creature is this? See where I'm staying, family? There's all kinds of things I've never seen before in my life. What is this? A big old creature crawling? Let me show it to you, family. Lord have mercy. What the hell is this? What is? I don't know. I hope you can see it, family. I don't want to get too close. What if it can fly? Yikes. Anyway, again, distracted. So what I'm saying, family, is keep your vibration high. Keep your energy high. Focus on improving yourself every day. Focus on giving love. Focus on being happy. Focus on being grateful. Focus on those higher vibrational frequencies, family, because I feel, and I'm saying this again, the goosebumps are coming. Something is coming, okay? I'm coming to you with love, family. Loving energy. I'm not trying to make anybody frightened. I'm just trying to say what is real. I much prefer the bitter truth over a sweet lie. Okay? Thank you for taking the time to listen to this message, family. I got to finish my walk before it gets dark because there's no lights out here. I love and I value each and every one of you. One love.